County judge. Clark's bond set at Migos rapper Takeoff. Patrick Xavier Clark, the man accused of killing Migos rapper Takeoff, appearing before a Harris County judge. Clark's bond set at $2 million, but his lawyer wants that amount reduced. Our Gerald Harris live downtown with the latest on this high-profile case. Gerald?
Yeah, lawyers for Clark are trying to get changes made to his bond, and this comes after prosecutors accuse Clark of allegedly trying to flee the country. Patrick Clark entered the courtroom handcuffed in an orange jumpsuit days after Houston police arrested him. Prosecutors accuse Clark of pulling the trigger, killing Migos rapper Takeoff.
This morning, basically, it was just formality. We set this for a bond reduction hearing next week on Wednesday. We think that's important, that his constitutional rights are protected.
In a jail intake form, Clark describes himself as a self-employed DJ with total assets of $0.
This is very early on. There is a lot of investigation that needs to be done. There are a lot of witnesses that needs to be talked to, and there are a lot of things that we need to do.
But a pressing question many had concerned the recently purchased passport, large sums of cash, and a planned trip to Mexico by Clark, which prosecutors used to argue he was a possible flight risk.
There's other circumstances surrounding that. That was something that was already pre-planned, and it was canceled before he was arrested. So I think that's important. He wasn't trying to go anywhere.
In the meantime, lawyers for Clark are preparing to argue their client deserves a lower bond.
Something reasonable that's, been comparable to other bonds for other murders for a defendant who has no prior criminal history.
Harris County prosecutors did not speak after this morning's hearings. Clark's lawyer said their client is looking forward to telling his side of the story in court. In downtown Houston, Gerald Harris, KHOU 11 News.
We'll be watching this story play out for quite some time. Gerald, thank you for the latest.
Why am I talking? Y'all can't hear me. Hey, everybody. Let me see your transcript. Your very favorite history teacher. My dog you just saw getting up here who wants hugs and rubs. And I'm coming to you here. Hey, Verla. Hey, Patty Brown. Dog Cigar. Karma 52. T Breeze. Patty Brown. Mrs. Murph. Please like, share, subscribe. I know y'all already have, but those of you who are coming in later and who are going to watch the replay, please like, share this with someone. I'm coming to you with an update concerning the accused murderer who's been charged for the Takeoff being shot in Houston over a month ago. Hey, Holmes, Eric, I'm so glad that you can be here. How you doing? How you doing? Okay, so just gave you a little preview. That was from his Patrick Xavier Clark. Had a probable cause hearing on the 2nd. And they said, hey, based on the evidence that we have, we're charging you with his murder. And so on this past Monday, the 5th, is when he had basically was a bond hearing. And as you heard, his lawyer, Miss Letitia Quinones, she said that she wants to have a bond reduction hearing. She said $2 million. I thought it was $1 million, but it's $2 million is way too much for someone who does not have a prior criminal history. However, I don't know if she can say he does not have a prior criminal history when he was investigated for a shooting that he was involved in 2018. He was not convicted of it. It was no bill by a grand jury, which meant they basically said, hey, it was self-defense. Okay. And according to them, one of the reasons why the judge said, hey, we want his bail so high because he had an expedited passport And he had and what they didn't mention, he had $5,000 cash and a plane itinerary for Mexico. So she's saying like, oh, those plans were canceled. Well, I want to know how far back was this canceled? Was it like the day before? A couple of weeks ago? Things of that nature. And by the way, when Patrick Xavier Clark showed up on December the 2nd, he did not have a lawyer. He wanted a defendant. But on Monday, he did hire a lawyer. And according to one article that I found, said that his family got some money together and they hired the Quinones and Associates law firm, but it says at a reduced rate. Okay. So, but I want to show you an excerpt from the first video I showed you. Let me show you another video that's showing basically now. Well, let me show you this. Let me present. So I went to the Harris County Department website and I was, okay, here you go. All right. Can y'all see this? Okay. So right now, this is me on the Harris County website, Harris County for criminals. And I pulled up Patrick Xavier Clark. Okay. So on here, it has all the different motion. Is this big enough for y'all to see? Please let me know. Okay. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Okay. All right. So these are all the things that have been filed. And so what I did was I decided I'm going to start from the very top. Okay. Okay. Where'd it go? Dang it. Where'd it go? Don't tell me you're going to do this to me. What was I at, y'all? Activities, bookings, my history. So here it was, as you can see, it was the bond hearing. It was disposed. He was not convicted. It said no bill. We don't need to have a trial for it. It was okay. So right here, I want to show you. Okay. Hey, Betty, you look so good you can be here. All right. So you'll see right here, this is, dang it, how come every time I do that, it doesn't? Okay. All right. So as you can see here, he's Patrick Xavier Clark. He had a public defender when he showed up, Matthew Woodard. Then on the 5th, he got Letitia D. Quinones. Okay. And then here it says he hired defense attorney. Okay. I don't know if this is a oversight. It says Patrick Clark. And then, or is it saying that he's the party? I'm sorry, he's the party. And then he also had another attorney yesterday, because today's the 7th, named Carl Anthony Moore. Okay. And so when I went to I actually looked up the attorney. Okay. And I went to their website and I saw Letitia D. Quinones, but I didn't see any other lawyers by that's named Carl Anthony Moore. So it could be another firm. It could be someone else who has more experience in murders. But I'm just still curious because on this page, where is it? Where is it? Go summary. Okay. Dang it, y'all had this all lined up for y'all. Oh, here you go. Settings. Can y'all see it? Okay. All right. So look at the settings. So on the 2nd is when he had the probable cause hearing, probable cause found and warnings given. Okay. And then he had on the 5th in court, State District Court 232nd preliminary court. It was reset to 12/14/2017. So basically next Wednesday. Okay. All right. And what they're going to do is they're actually going to, because there was a motion for his bond to be reduced, because it was actually supposed to happen this past Monday, but they're like, hey, it's too high. He can't pay that. Okay. And I want to show you the documentation where they basically, he says that he does not have money for this case. So let me go find, I just had it. Okay, where is it? I had all this stopped up here. Where'd it go? Okay, that's not the payment plan. Where is? Okay, we will go through everything. I swear. Maybe it's under copies. No. Maybe it's not. Registry. No. No related cases. Payment plan. What is the images? I should have went to images. Okay. Y'all probably think, will she please get to the place where we need to be? Okay, so I want to show you where basically he says, you probably saw my title like, oh, he's asking the court for $5,000. Okay, so right down here on the 2nd, when he had his probable cause hearing, all right? I don't know if y'all can see that window open. You probably can't see that window open. That just opened. All right. All right. Let me stop sharing. Let me share the window. And this has his. All right. Y'all see this? I'm going to make it bigger, y'all. How's it look? Let me look on my phone to see if. Okay. So this was Monday. I'm sorry, the 2nd. And it's basically saying, hey, we are ordering you to comply. Okay, this is before he gets a bond. They're like, hey, if we want to even think about you getting a bond, these are the conditions under which you can be bonded out. So I want y'all to note something right here. It says order for pretrial supervision and bond conditions. So even if he were to get bond, this is what they want him to do. Defendant should personally appear in court on time. Okay. Every time the case is set, unless the judge waives the appearance, defendant should commit no crime and should not engage in any conduct that could result in his or her arrest. Defendant should have no contact with the prosecution's witnesses, the complainants, the victims, specifically any member of the family household of decedent, cursing ball, aka Takeoff. Any employee of 810 Billiards and Bowling, including but not limited to C. Williamson. So I guess C. Williamson must be an employee, but then they have a list of people. So they have J. Prince Jr., who was the one that had the party, J. Jones, A. Hamilton, Quagavius Marshall, that is Takeoff's uncle and Migos bandmate, and someone named Willie Bland. Okay. Defendants shall refrain from going to or within 200 feet of a residence, school, place of employment, or other location, specifically 810 Billiards and Bowling, 1201 Fannin Street, Houston, Texas, because that was the scene of the crime. Also, they cannot go to the House of Blues, which is basically it's literally in the same building. It's just a different floor. Okay. All right. And so we know what this also lets me know is that if these are people that the prosecution saying you can't go talk to, this means, guess what? This is probably someone's this is probably going to be witnesses. They're probably going to be brought forward. They're probably going to have to be subpoenaed, okay, to come forward. You don't want them to sway anyone. Okay. Okay, here's go. These are the other things. Has a curfew. Oh, down here too. 20. They went. If we decide to give you 24-hour house arrest, no communication with co-actors. Listen to this: co-actors. Michael Prince. That is, I think one of the cousins or one of the brothers. Cameron Joshua. That's little Cam, Fifth Ward, y'all. Christopher Watkins. And Shakur Stevens. I want to say Christopher Watkins is one of the people that got shot. Okay, and this is if they allow him to get. This is if they allow him to get this, right? I'm sorry if y'all talking, I can't see. Let me look at the chat. I'm sorry. Hey, Samba Queen. So glad you can be here. Please like, share, subscribe. Okay. So this is kind of already telling you, like, hey, the cops, remember when Chief Fenner said, oh, we're looking for you. If we have you on your radar, you can guarantee we watching you. If you could come in and talk to us, or we're gonna come in and talk to you. And I'm looking at these people's names like, okay, they know what some folks at. Okay, they know what some folks at. They got you in this paperwork. Shout out to the Paperwork Network, Paperwork Party Network. They coming for you. Okay, they're looking for you. Okay, they're looking for you. Okay, so let's look at y'all probably say, why is he asking for $5,000? Okay, so boy. Y'all need to give me a suggestion on how to get boy a little seat or whatever that he can be up here. He can be my co-host. Okay, so I'm trying to get to the affidavit. Oh, this is what I'm getting to. All right, y'all. So he said he broke. He poor. Hey, Lindsay, I'm so glad you could be here. Gonna go to the window. All right. So this is his affidavit of basically saying of his financial conditions. Okay. Patrick Xavier Clark, he's a self-employed DJ. Okay. He's a self-employed DJ. Now, this saying, he says, number of people in family or household that rely on you for financial support. He said 0. All right. He said, my employment status, all right, is DJ, self-employed, address unknown. He has his employee number, probably his cell known, DJ, not employed. My last job was FedEx. He's been doing this for 15 years. Okay, and up here it says, do you please select he lives in a house, own, rent, other, and he put stay with someone. So either this is a parent, girlfriend, brother, family member, okay? So they ask him about his income, and basically he just keeps putting 0. Well, yeah, 0. He says cell phone costs $200. That's necessary expense because he's a DJ. Then he says cash on hand. Is that a $1,200? And he has nothing else. Well, no, it says total asset 0. So is that 0? Okay. I am asking the court to appoint counsel for me. So on the 2nd, he needed counsel. He didn't have nothing. But something happened between the 2nd, which was last Friday, and Monday morning. Somebody is implying that his family allegedly got some money together and got Quinones and Letitia Quinones to be his lawyer. And then yesterday is the 6th. He got Carl Anthony Moore to be his second lawyer. So, all right. So someone performed a miracle for him. So this is why he's saying, like, hey, I'm broke. I don't have no money. All right. So let's go to his request. Let's see. Oh, this is what it says. It's called a order defendant's ex parte motion to provide funds for expert assistance in order. I didn't even know you could ask the court this. This is new, y'all. I ain't never heard of nothing like this before in my life. Okay. I've read about court cases. I look up court cases. I teach about court cases. This is the first time I've seen a document where a defendant say, you know what, I'm so broke. Judge, can you give me $5,000 for an investigator to help me out so I won't go to jail? Okay, so let's me share this so y'all can see this for yourself, because I was looking at this like, excuse me, sir. All right. Let me hide this part. Okay, so here it is. It was filed probably 12 a.m. You can file electronically in Texas. Okay. State of Texas, order on defendants, ex parte motion to provide funds for expert assistance. Came on to be considered the defendant's ex parte motion to provide for expert assistance of the case. Upon consideration of the motion and argument of counsel, it is hereby granted. He got the money, y'all. He got the money. The court hereby authorizes defense counsel to secure private investigative services for the defendant to assist the defendant's counsel in representing the defendant in this case. The court hereby orders the payment of reasonable investigative fees and expenses upon submission of a statement of the fees incurred not to exceed $5,000. It is further ordered that the Harris County Sheriff's Office allow access to the above-named defendant, Patrick Xavier Clark, and that the Harris County Sheriff's Office allow the private investigator named therein to enter the Harris County Jail with a laptop computer, printer, and an audio recording device when visiting the defendant. Now, it looks like this was prepared by someone named James Willis and Associates. And I wonder if this was, I'm going to show you who was standing next to Patrick Xavier Clark when he went to his hearing, because I saw Miss Quinones, and I think one of them was Carl Anthony, but there was another man there. So I wonder if this is the other man that was there that prepared this and submitted it. So yes, based on the affidavit, like, hey, he's broke, he don't got no money. And then one of the lawyers submitted this. The court was like, okay, yeah, you're broke, and we want to make sure you have a fair trial. We know that, hey, the state, we got access to these, our own lawyers of prosecution. We got our own police who's actually helping with the investigation. Because if you saw the press conference, there was like 4 divisions. The district attorney had a special investigative unit. There was the gang unit. There was a homicide unit. There was another unit. I was like, it's a lot of cops on this. So yeah, he needs some help. All right. Yeah, they said yeah, but I had never heard of this before. Like, hey, I am so broke. Judge, can you give me $5,000 for an investigator? And I'm just like, I'm gonna need to look these lawyers up. Where did they go to school? Because Sam. All right. So there's this other document. All right. So that document actually, and this is what I think they made a mistake. So because on here it was like the defendant asked for the order. Defendant, it was a okay. So I think this is okay. So before there's like a lot of documentation. So the paper that I just put, because I thought I'm looking at the thing, but they don't have it listed in numerical order like they should. So before you can get this money granted to you, you have to ask for it. So I'm sorry, I should have showed you this paper first. This was and this was created by Miss Quinones. Okay, so this is right here. This is just them asking on behalf. So Miss Quinones is filing this on behalf of Patrick Xavier Clark, saying, "Hey, this is a motion to provide." Anytime you see this, this is a lawyer. Usually, sometimes a government agency will ask a judge to. Anytime you see a motion, this is a lawyer asking the judge to do something, to make a decision in their favor. Okay, so in this case, they're saying, "Hey, judge," and that's why it says to the honorable judge of said court, which is Josh Hill, come down to defendant in the above numbered case, pursuant to the 5th, 6th, 8th, and 14th Amendments of the U.S. Constitution, Article 1, Section 3, 3A, 10, 3, 10, 13, and 19 of the Texas Constitution, and Article 2605 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedures to provide funds. See, this is, I'm learning something new, y'all. To provide funds for private investigators to assist in the preparation of his defense and for good cause shows the following. Okay? All right. And let me see. And it says the defendant is charged with a felony offense of murder. The defendant is indigent. Okay? Indigent means I'm poor, I'm broke, I don't got no money. I need help. Okay? And it says, although counsel has been retained to represent the defendant, his family has exhausted all finances to pay for his attorney, who has agreed to a substantially reduced rate. He cannot afford to hire a private investigator to assist in the preparation of his defense. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay? All right. And it says we need the services of an investigator to enable the defendant to properly investigate his case. And so now on that other paper where basically the judge says, yes, I'm going to give you the $5,000. You remember there was a guy named at the bottom called Jim Willis? Guess what? That was the professional investigative services. Okay, so in this motion, Miss Letitia Quinones basically tells the judge saying, Judge, we're asking for assistance to pay for a private investigator. And guess what? We have someone in mind. Jim Willis of Willis & Associates, a professional investigative services. This is their license number, and this is how much they charge per hour. $85 an hour. Okay? And so she then goes on and say, hey, the defendant is not provided with this. This is going to hurt him getting due process, equal protection under the law. Remember all those amendments that they talked about? Okay? And just as a refresher, the 5th Amendment is right to remain silent. It's against self-incrimination. Okay? 6th Amendment says you have a right to an attorney. Okay? 8th Amendment, no cruel and unusual punishment. 14th Amendment, equal protection under the law. Holmes record is still asked, and he shall receive. Yes, filing the motion to receive funds, period. Okay, and then they cited a lot of times they will not only invoke, the different amendments to Texas and the state laws, but they will also say, "Hey, remember, Judge, in Aki versus Oklahoma, The Supreme Court held that due process permits the defendant to make an ex parte showing to the trial court of his need for assistance. Now I got something to, when I go over court cases this week with my students, I got another court case to give them, right? So, learn something new every day, y'all. All right. Where's Stephanie at? I keep asking Stephanie. All right, so where premise considered, the defendant requested this court consider the ex parte motion in order the defendant be provided with sufficient funds to have competent private investigators assist him in the investigation, evaluation, preparation, and presentation of his case. Counsel would further request that his honorable court approve an initial. Oh, she said initials. That means she might come back and say, Judge, we're going to need another $5,000. Initial sum of $5,000 toward the cost of an investigation. And this is by respectively Quinana Associates P. LLC. And it's Letitia Quinana. She's attorney at law. That's her SBN number. State bar number. This is the office number. That's their email address. Okay. So come on. I mean, I see you, Miss Quinana. I think I see that she. I'm glad. You know what though? I should have known. She was gonna be in charge because she was doing a lot of the talking in the video. Okay, I know I was reading fast and talking fast. Do y'all have any questions? Do y'all have any questions? Holmes Erica, Karma 52, Betty Yellett, Simon McQueen, Mrs. Murph, T Breeze, Patty Brown, Dog Cigar, Verla. Do y'all have any questions? And you know, this is just me though. This is what I have a concern about though. Let me exit out of here. Hey y'all. Okay, so the first day, so when he got the probable cause hearing and they said these are the reasons why the prosecutor's office, the DA's office, district attorney's office said, hey, I want him to be $2 million bond because he might leave the country. He was found with $5,000 on him and an expedited passport and itinerary to go to Mexico. I mean, he about to flee, right? How is it? I'm gonna put this back up here. How is it you up here asking the court through your lawyer, Judge, give me $5,000 so I can get me an investigator? But you were supposed to be found with $5,000 on you when they picked you up. So where did that money go? Was that the family money or something you gave to the family? Like, hey, use this to go find me a lawyer. Like, I got questions. Because if you broke, if you indigent, okay, if you poor, you don't have no coins, no dinero, no yen, no rubles. What do we keep hearing $5,000 for? Am I just hanging up too much on the word $5,000? I'm trying to. Somebody make me understand. The police in an investigation said, hey, we found him with $5,000, an expedited passport, an itinerary to go to Mexico, plane tickets too, probably. Now, some people, I think I was at the paperwork network party, they were like, oh, $5,000 is not really a large sum of money because they're thinking like, oh, he's being thrown under the bus. But it's like, okay, but you had $5,000. Where are you going? I mean, The dollar is actually very strong in Mexico. They have pesos. You know what? You might have a point. Maybe that was a DJ, a party for a DJ. Maybe so. But still, like, you said you was broke, but the police said you had $5,000 on you. When they picked you up, they didn't bring you. Okay, so I guess it was just you when they picked you up. All your stuff stayed in the house, so that the people in the house used the $5,000 to go get Miss Quinones for you. Okay, Holmes, Erica, you tell his $5,000 is held with his personal belongings or evidence. Okay. All right. You tell me something. All right. So my thing is this. Why can't he ask Miss Quinones, whatever? Can you just take the $5,000 out of my belongings and pay for this? But I'm just saying. But hey, if you can ask a judge and they got the money and the resources, I guess you can ask them too. I'm just saying, you said you was broke. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here. All right. So I'm going to put the website, because I'm all about you being able to go here yourself. And you might want to look at these documents at a later date yourself. Like, let me see a transcript. Hold on. Where is, search our records. Criminal. All right. So, okay. Harris County Court Case Search. Okay. There you go. Putting this in there for you. All right. And also let me put this article in here because his lawyers say, hey, he was not trying to flee. All right. And also let me okay. All right. And this is my playlist, a lot of the videos that I've done about this case. I will follow up on Wednesday after his hearing and come on here and let y'all know, did his bond get reduced or is he going to stay in there? Okay. Now, I want to show you one more thing. This article, I believe, talks about his bond, $2 million, but it also talks about wait, is this it? This it. Yeah. Okay. So this is the one where he's asking money for a private investigator, and so which I kind of like already went over, but I want to come down here because someone asked. There was a question about little Cam. Okay, why is little Cam still in jail? All right. So this is little Cam. Most recent picture when they picked him up. Okay. Hey, Keeper 116. So glad you can be here. All right. So right here it says little Cam. So remember, little Cam is in jail because, right? Little Cam is in jail because, one, he was at the J. Prince Jr.'s private party. He's part of, he's associated with Mob Ties Records, which is J. Prince Jr.'s record label. And he had a Little Cam Fifth Ward had a gun on him. But this is the thing: Little Cam Fifth Ward was already out on bond for something in California, and then something back here in Texas in April. Okay, and remember what Patrick Xavier Clark's, that first document I showed you about conditions of your bond. You're not supposed to be out here committing another crime. That's a condition. So guess what? Little Cam Fifth Ward, who already has a felony from something else, I think back in 2020, okay, he's already on bond for identity theft. He had fake IDs on him. He has a gun on him in a bowling alley. And guess what? Part of your condition of parole, guess what? If you're a felon, you're not supposed to be having a handgun at all. So he has unlawful possession of a weapon, and I think felony possession of a weapon. So that's 2 more charges. So that's why, even though I think right here it says, okay, it says we have an update on the suspect Cameron Joshua, connected to the Migos rapper, is facing weapons charges stemming from the night of the rapper's death. It was revealed in court of the surveillance video and an anonymous witness who told police that Joshua had a firearm and helped police tie the man to the shooting scene. Okay, we haven't seen anything to suggest Cameron had anything to do with shots fired that killed Takeoff. That's Cameron Joshua's attorney, Christopher Downey, said during his bond hearing. Okay, it says Joshua committed some offenses while out on bond for another crime. And as a result, the judge only gave him bond on 2 of the charges he's facing. Because Joshua did not get bond on all 3 cases, he will stay in custody, according to Downey. He's facing 2 charges of carrying a firearm with connection with Takeoff and a previous charge of possessing a fake ID. So the fake ID charge, they didn't give him bond again for that because guess what? You violated the bond. The other 2, they were like, okay, with these weapons charges, we're willing to give you bond, but guess what? This other one that you were out for, no, you get to stay in there. Okay, so that's why he's still in there. And the police is still looking for individuals to come forward, like you said, to step up. What are the twists and turns, Keeper 116? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So I would like to say, in this case of Takeoff, for the most part, for the last month, a lot of, like I say, you can say YouTube investigators, and obviously the cops have been doing their work. and looking at film and, you know, whoever's been cooperating with them, everyone's been saying his name. They've been saying Cameron Joshua, and everyone's like, okay, yeah. But I think what surprised everybody else, though, was Patrick Xavier Clark. And they're saying that there is, keep it 116, who is the actual shooter? Okay. No, I like questions. I'm a teacher. I like questions. Okay, so remember, these are the two people last Thursday or last Friday that the police had a press conference, said these are the two people who have been arrested in connection with Takeoff shooting. Okay, little Cam was no surprise. We knew about him. A lot of people actually think he shot Takeoff. But according to the police in their investigation, from a fingerprint with a wine glass or wine bottle and another eyewitness, they said it was Patrick Xavier Clark who shot Takeoff. So Patrick Xavier Clark has a $2 million bond. He's the one that said, I'm broke, I don't have no money, I need $5,000. And the judge was like, okay, we'll give you $5,000. You meet all the requirements. And then little Cam was already out on bond for the fake IDs back in April. And according to his bond, he was not supposed to be doing anything illegal. Well, you were in a place with a gun and you are a felon. You're not supposed to have a gun. So now you got 2 new charges for a total of 3 charges by Harris County, by the state of Texas. And so the judge was willing to give him bond on the weapons charges, but because he violated the fake ID charge, he has to stay in there. Now, what the streets are saying, allegedly, people think because little Cameron Joshua is associated with Jay Prince Jr., who put on the party, they think that possibly because of the time he may have, little Cam may be the one that's pointing the finger at Patrick Xavier Clark for being the shooter, or he talking about anybody and everybody. And then some other people think that Patrick Xavier Clark is like basically being set up as the fall guy. But I don't like to subscribe to conspiracy theories because I know in this case, and the Shanquilla Robinson case, I always hear stuff from some, not all, but some content creators. They run with this stuff. Like I said, clout chasing, clickbait, just titles. You go over there, you're like, oh, they know something. And you look at their video, you're like, and then you find out later on, and it ain't true. It's like, okay. No, Quavo didn't walk past the body. That was Jay Prince Jr. He walked past Takeoff's body. Quavo was trying to, like, I guess it looks like he was trying to take I don't know if he was thinking, like, pat him down, see if he's alive, or and I saw him look like they were trying to move his legs, and I was like, y'all need to stop moving. You're not supposed to move their body like that. Yeah. And that's why I do videos like this, because there's like so many videos. And I'm just like, okay, let me just give y'all the updates. And then today I need to go look at this another video. Shanquilla Robinson's mother and sister, and I think another family representative spoke today, and they basically said no one has been arrested. But I need to go watch the rest of the video. Because remember last week, the Mexican reporter was like, oh, someone has been detained. Well, remember, everybody was saying, oh, Dejanay has been arrested before, and it was just an arrest warrant. Then the next day when the Mexican journalist said, oh, she's been arrested, she's in federal custody, waiting to be extradited to Mexico. Then everybody else was like, it was turned around. Oh, no one's been arrested. And I'm just like, I can't keep up. I can't keep up. I can't. Now people talking about the don't trust the Mexican reporter. Oh, I think he's scamming. And they say Gerald Jackson, oh, he might not be he might be taking advantage of the family. I'm like, wait a minute, I know we need to have not to be too trusting, but dang. Let me see some more evidence before I just come out here and just follow the rest of y'all. Wait a second. Watch them start running up potential witnesses for back child support and driving on suspended licenses. What do you mean? Wait. Who had a press conference today? Are you talking about Shanquilla Robinson's family? Because I didn't finish watching. I just had it in my I'm gonna watch it later. But I think I did share it on my community wall. You said it wasn't good? What do you mean by embarrassment? Well, that's if they live here. And if the Houston mayor here is talking to the Atlanta mayor and some of those people in Atlanta, I could see them doing that. But at the same time, I'm just like, it's like people want justice. But at the same time, it's like, oh, this person is probably being railroaded. They didn't do it. It's like, well, why aren't we telling the folks who was there to bring your asses over here and cooperate with the police? But then at the same time, you're complaining about the police not doing their job. And I'm like, how can you do their job if nobody else is coming forward? I want so bad to keep abreast and go live but my work hours interfere. Okay. I understand, because like last night I was supposed to go live and I came home and I was just so tired. I was so tired. And remember, like for 2 weeks, I was at home literally inside. So now I'm like, last week and this week is like my weeks back. And I'm just like, whew, girl, I understand. So. But y'all have any other questions? I will also put timestamps in this video, so in case you want to go back to a certain part, especially the things with the documents, you can. And I will, like I said, I got to get updated on the Shanquilla Robinson case as well. And it's another case I actually want to talk about here in Houston, which actually reminds me of the Shanquilla Robinson, and also reminds me of Kanika Jenkins. So this man, about 26 years old, I want to say he was from either College Station or Bryan. He came to Houston and went out drinking with some friends. Well, they needed to go to the restroom, so they went to this bar and went to the restroom. And so he was the last one to use the restroom. The other ones went in the car and waited on him. Well, guess what? He was taking so long, they drove off without him. And so the surveillance photo says that, I guess because he was drunk, he started doing like some weird stuff. in the bar, and the bar people threw him out. So they threw him out of the bar, and I guess he started walking or whatever, or running out of the bar. I don't know. It's just, I'm hearing too many different things. And so right now there's a $5,000 reward. He was like missing like for like a week and a half. And then guess what? They found him, y'all. I thought maybe like, oh, I hope he bumped his head and maybe he's in the hospital or something. Maybe he's, maybe they'll find him somewhere. Girl. So like next to the heights, there's like, okay, they found him 15 miles away, floating in the Port of Houston. Some people were on a boat, like a little tugboat, and they saw a body. And I'm trying to figure out, so like where the bar is like, okay, so like Houston's nickname is Bayou City. So there's lots of bayous here. The biggest one is Buffalo Bayou. It crosses like part of downtown, and then I want to say part of the heights too. I want to say it, but I gotta double check. So I'm just thinking like, okay, so he left the bar, he was running, or someone was running after him. He was so drunk, he stumbled and fell in the bayou, which carried his body to the Port of Houston. Or did someone push him in there? And what about these people in the car? Why are you leaving your friend because he taking too long in the bathroom? You supposed to go in there and get him, right? Did that make any damn sense to you? Oh. Oh. And I wonder if the mom and dad are no longer together, because it seems like they keep speaking, but not when they're together. Was the dad there? Because when I saw the thumbnail, it had the mom and the sister and some other man there. So am I crazy, Keeper? Does that make any sense to you? Like if you're like me and your friend, you and your friends, y'all been drinking, you're like, oh, we need to go to the restroom. So you go to the restroom. And then they're taking too long. You drove off without him? And guess what? He actually had a car that he came to Houston in. So I'm like, where was his car at? And are you in a car with these friends? And they drove. I'm like, I got so many damn questions. And by the way, find out the man is married. So when his wife didn't hear from him, I don't know, it's supposed to say her and the other friends hadn't heard from him. But I'm just like, well, which friends was he with when he was at the bar and drinking and stuff? Okay, let me find it for you. I just put it. Oh, okay, here it is. It says Queen City News. Hold on. Let me find it. Okay, I found it. I'm going to put it in the chat. I'm just saying this right now. If you and me and my friends or associates, we go out drinking, and I'm the last one to use the restroom, and I don't come up there, you better come get your butt and go in there and come and get me. So either the friends who's in that car is lying, or the people in that bar is lying. They see you leave the bar, or get tossed at the bar, or run away from the bar. You walking and stumbling. You just fell into some water that washed you out to the Port of Houston. Like, come on. Okay. Here it is, Keeper and everyone in the chat. This is the Shanquella Robinson family press conference. Oh, okay. No, the dad doesn't want to be bothered with the mamas and the sisters BS. The parents are separated. You just need to follow the yellow brick road. Something's not clean in the milk. Wait, with her case or the case here in Houston? Or both? What do you mean the mama and sisters BS? Okay. Well, I want to thank y'all so much for being here, listening to me for a little bit over an hour. Thank you, VMH 1975, Patty Brown, Doc Cigar Mafia, Karma 52, T Breeze, Patty Brown, Mrs. Murph, Holmes Erica, Betty Yellick on her number one mod duty, Samba Queen, Holmes Erica, Lindsay, and Keeper 116. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So much. Oh, and Shanquilla. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch this. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for listening to me. I may come back on tomorrow. We'll see. These are the last weeks of the semester, girl. I got college papers. I'm actually caught up with the college papers. And I gotta do these grade these PowerPoint presentations, and then my high school is everybody got a final coming up, like starting next week. High school, college, y'all pray for me. Y'all pray for me. All right. If you would like to support the Let Me See Your Transcript channel, you can hit a sister's Cash App or buy me a coffee. Or you want boy to have snacks. We actually need to do some more car riding video. You know, I haven't had my car. I finally had my car. Praise the Lord. I've finally got my car back. I'm no longer in the rental or Ubering. For like the last 2 weeks. Thank God for my platinum warranty. Didn't even know I had it, y'all. Been paying this card out. I've been paying the platinum warranty part of it too. Part of my car note. It came in handy. Thank God. All right. So Shanquella's mama, no attorney rep, etc. That's true, because if you think about what was that boy? Trayvon Martin, some of the other families who've had people who died. Usually they get bent crump or they get someone to do the talking for them. Now, for the man that ended up in the Port of Houston here, the family went and got some help from the representatives in the area. So, but yeah. Y'all have a very good night. Y'all stay safe out here. It's Thanksgiving. I saw so many murder, not a lot, but like too many, 3 or 4 murder suicides. I saw another one last week. This guy, he was dating this girl, and she decided to get back with her husband, and he did not take it well. He killed her and killed himself. And the daughter was in the back seat. The little girl gonna have to have therapy. She and the brother gonna go live with the dad. I don't know. And I know they said depression is really big around the holidays. But like these murder suicides, it's just killing yourself is wrong. Killing other folks is wrong. But if you want to go, why are you taking folks with you? It's like there's more people out here that love you, that will love you. You don't have to kill them. You don't have to kill yourself. Oh, y'all please pray for I don't like this man particularly, but when I heard this morning, I really felt really sad. I've been praying for the young lady. I probably need to pray for the parents too, not be like that. Senator Ted Cruz of Texas, the one that was sitting next to Herschel Walker when he said erection. His daughter was reported. He has a house here in Houston in River Oaks, and the police went to his house, and they said, and I noticed they said it in a way you had to like think about it for a minute, because I think in most other cases they would just say attempted suicide. They're like, oh, they're responding to a 14-year-old girl with self-inflicted stab wounds, and I was like, self-inflicted stab wounds? I'm like, who out here stabbing this? I said, wait a minute. You mean she slit her wrist? Y'all didn't want to say it. Y'all trying to be sensitive. So they took her to the hospital, and then they were call. I guess they were calling and asking him what was going on, and so he issued a statement saying, "Hey, right now, we're dealing with the private family matter." So I was like, I respect that. So I'm gonna pray for her. I don't know what's going on because she's 14 years old. I know it's middle school. I don't know what's going on, and I'm praying for her, and I'll pray for Ted because he's a dad dealing with his daughter hurting himself. And I've actually had students before, who've hurt themselves. I didn't even know that they were hurting themselves. So one of the students, yeah, it was like, oh, she asked, I said, stab wounds. Who's accidental stab wound? I said, nah. Mm-mm. So I'm thinking either she's a cutter or she really was like, yeah. So I hope they get her some, not only, I think they probably got her some physical help. She needs some mental help too. Right now, we just had Thanksgiving. Here comes Christmas. They do go to private school, so I don't know if there's an extra pressure on that. I don't know if she's being bullied. I don't know if they have mental illness running their family. But praying for Ted, praying for his wife. Hope to get the girl some help. Maybe the whole family need therapy or something, because that's really serious. And I say that too because I've also had in my lifetime, I've had a classmate die from suicide. I've had college classmates die from suicide, and I've had students. And I think last year it really broke me because I'm 45 years old. I've been to funerals. Usually there is someone who's older than me, who's lived a long time. And it was like, I gotta go to a funeral of an 18-year-old. And sometimes I'm in class and I would think about him and I'll think about where he sat, and I had to I just pray, like I said, I hope he's in a better place, because he was obviously was in pain. A lot of people who commit suicide, I think they're not trying to kill them, so they're trying to stop the pain. They're in pain, mental and emotional pain, and that's what they're trying to stop. So y'all take care of yourself. Talk to a friend. Talk to the hotline. You can go to therapy and be a Christian, or be a Muslim, or a Hindu, or agnostic, or atheist. Okay, get yourself some help. Okay, you got some insurance. Guess what? You can use your insurance to go see a psychologist and or a psychiatrist. Okay. Yeah, it was an attempted deletion. It was self-harm. Either way, it was self-harm. Yeah, she's crying out for help. And I don't know if it's because something's going on in school. She don't think mom and dad is paying attention. I don't know. I'm just thinking of, like, I taught middle school, and I'm just thinking, like, 1 minute, the middle schoolers, they're babies, when they want to be under you. And next thing they think they know everything, and they think they're grown. But they also have to deal with, they got finals, they got projects, they got expectations for them at school. They have extracurriculars, okay? They have friends. They got enemies. They got people they want to be like. There are crowds they want to be a part of. There are people they want to leave them alone, okay? And then there are bullies, physical bullies and online bullies. There's a lot of stuff 14-year-old got to deal with, as well as an adult, So let's pray for her and pray for others. Check on your people. Check on your friends. Send them a text. Hey, how you doing? Hey. Is that destroy and build? Spotted, is that you? Yeah, they need to pay attention, and they need to understand. Don't listen to people who are very negative about it. You need some people around you that will help you, that will be understanding. Because a lot of times, a person, when they're going through something, they just want someone to listen. You don't necessarily got to solve their problem. They just want someone to listen to them. They want empathy. Okay? Because you're trying to be there for your child, but it's like, well, who is there for you emotionally too? Is that Spider? Is that destroy? What is that? He gonna have me. Oh, I'm gonna take a picture of this. He gonna have me look this up. Oh no, not again. Oh, this is an old article. Why are we getting this today? I'm about to say we can't do this one more again. That's why I boiled water notice. I'm like, no, we just had this. It's an old article and they're reporting it. I guess don't get me all excited. I'm like, Spotting gotta tell us where we can find that website. Okay. Or please do me a favor. If you got a community wall, please share this video. If you got Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, MySpace, Facebook, Instagram, please help me with the algorithm. Share it out, please. All right. He said Piglet in the chat. I can't. I love you too, Spot or destroy and build and destroy. I don't even know. Okay. You got anything to say, boy? Boy is over here. Sleep now, y'all. I'll talk to you later.